You smell so sweaty as usual, Kitayama. Do you even shower?
Yes, I do, but not every day. Really? I never would have guessed. You smell like sweat every day. You look like trash. You should care more about how you look if you're a girl. I can explain.
Not only do you not shower, but you also don't wash your clothes, do you? I can see stains on your uniform. You're filthy and plain. Basically, there's nothing good about you.
I'd hate to be you. Don't worry. You couldn't be like her even if you tried.
Jeez, they're going all out on her as usual. I'm Yota Oga, a freshman in high school. Everyone always makes fun of Shina Kitayama. It's because of her messy hair, sweaty smell, and her plain looks. But there was an incident that made it even worse for her.
Kitayama Shina sounds like Kitanara Sina!
Everyone laughed at his remark. Her name sounded like the word filthy in Japanese. Because of this remark, Kitayama-san was treated as the filthy girl even if she just showered the day before. Kitayama-san has a part-time job of delivering newspapers in the morning, so she can't help being a bit sweaty. I don't have negative feelings for her like other classmates. It's because I know how kind she is. Oh no, my button came off! When I took off my jacket, I pulled too hard, and one of the buttons came off.
Do you want me to sew it on?
What? It was the first time Kitayama-san spoke to me. She did smell a bit sweaty, but it wasn't as bad as others were saying. Can I take you up on your offer? I handed her my jacket. Kitayama-san took out a worn-out sewing kit from her bag and sewed my button back on skillfully. That sewing kit.
I know, it's so worn out that it's embarrassing.
I didn't mean it like that. You take great care of your belongings, don't you?
It's just that I can't afford to get a new one. I don't have a father, and we don't have much money.
Really? It must be tough. Kitayama-san told me that she had a part-time job delivering newspapers in the morning, and that she was cutting back on living expenses by not taking showers or doing laundry every day. After talking with her, I realized that she was just a normal girl.
Hey, let's play a game! The person who loses has to smell what's inside this bag!
I heard someone say that after Kitayama-san went home. He had a bag with PE clothes in them. We had PE today, and Kitayama-san's name was on the bag.
For real? How can you touch that? This is gonna suck for whoever loses.
I can't believe they're using her PE clothes like that! I felt so upset, so I went up to the group of classmates that I usually didn't talk to. Hey, hand those over. I'll deliver them to Kitayama-san's house.
Get out of here! You wanna go to her house? I can't believe anyone would volunteer to do that. But actually, that sounds even more interesting.
Then will you give that to me?
Sure, but you can't tell anybody that I took it. And you better go into her house when you give it back to her. I'm sure the inside of her house is even worse than she is.
Okay, I'll do that. I went to the teacher's office and asked for Kitayama-san's address. I found out that her house wasn't that far from mine. I rang the doorbell, but no one answered. I rang it again and waited. Kitayama-san should be home by now. I tried turning the door, and it wasn't locked. I entered and tried to call her, but right then, Kitayama-san appeared wearing only her camisole, and we locked eyes. Huh? Kitayama-san screamed as she bent over and covered herself up. I got freaked out by her scream and ran out of the door. I didn't expect her to have just gotten out of the shower. It was shocking, and it wasn't because she was in her underwear. Kitayama-san looked so different from her usual self, and she was so beautiful. After waiting for a few minutes, I rang the doorbell again. Kitayama-san answered wearing a t-shirt.
Oga-kun, why are you here?
Her voice sounded a little irritated. Well, I came here to give you this. I handed her the gym bag.
You came all the way for this? It seems like I left it at school on accident. Thank you so much.
I didn't have an obligation to keep my promise, but I didn't tell her the truth because she thought she forgot it. It would just make her feel bad if I told her that it was for some stupid prank. Okay then, see ya.
Wait a sec. I want to ask you something, so will you come inside?
I wanted to leave right away, but I felt the pressure from her to stay, and I couldn't say no. I was sitting straight in her room. I wasn't told to do so, but I did it myself.
Oga-kun, you saw, right?
Saw what?
Me, in my underwear.
She was mad at me. I decided not to make any excuses, and to just apologize honestly. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I was apologizing on my knees when I heard her sniffling. Kitayama-san? When I looked up, she was crying.
I've never been seen like that before by another guy. Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
I'm sorry. I didn't think that I hurt you that bad. I'll do anything that I can, so please forgive me. I'm really sorry.
Anything?
She looked at me as if she didn't believe me. Yes, I'll do anything. Maybe I was being too careless, but I just thought that I had to do something to make up for hurting her that bad. She must have understood my sincerity because she stopped crying.
Then, will you be my friend?
Is that all?
I don't have any friends because of my unique circumstance. But just knowing that I have a friend would give me peace of mind.
I would love to be your friend. I wanted to get to know you too.
I'm glad to hear that.
Kitayama-san is made fun of every day at school. She didn't show her emotions, so it was hard to tell. But it must have been very tough on her. I have a suggestion. But do you want to do something about the way you look and dress a bit more...
Why?
You're really pretty. So if you care a bit more about how you look, I think you can prove them wrong.
I'm such a mess. It would take much more than just a bit of trying.
That's not true. You look pretty now. I mean, you're so attractive that secretly, I actually don't want everyone to find out how pretty you are.
You don't have to say nice things just because we're friends now, Oga-kun.
I'm telling you the truth. I tried to convince her, but Kitayama-san was being hard on herself and didn't believe me. She told me that she couldn't take showers more frequently because she needed to save money. And she didn't have the time to care about her looks. It started getting hot even in the morning. Kitayama-san just took a shower yesterday but smelled sweatier than usual. She must have rode her bike because her hair was all messy. Classmates were making fun of her again, as usual. They just don't know how pretty Kitayama-san is when she cleans up. Kitayama-san is sweaty because she's trying hard to help her family. She should be proud of herself. But everyone is making fun of her like that. I wanted to cover for her, but I needed some proof. I didn't have the courage to intervene without that. Is there anything I can do? I wanted to help her. Then I got an idea. I went over to her home once again that evening.
Huh? Oga-kun, what are you doing here at this time of the day?
Have you eaten already?
Not yet.
Good. Then here, eat this. I gave her the stir-fried vegetable meal that I bought.
What is this? I can't accept something like this.
She seemed confused. My family owns a restaurant. We have leftovers, so I would like you to have them.
If it's from your restaurant, I can't accept this even more. If I accept this, I need to pay you.
I made this myself. I'm not good enough yet to serve my dishes to customers. My parents tell me that when I'm good enough to stand on my own, they'll let me cook for our customers. But I haven't reached that level yet, so I wanted you to eat this. It'll help me get practice too.
But the extra effort to deliver this to me...
I live fairly close to here. Do you know Oga Diner?
Yes, I've been there a while back. That's your place?
Yep. So please, accept this.
But why would you do all this for me?
If you could cut back on dinner costs, I thought you would be able to use that to shower and wash your clothes instead. I just think you should take more care about how you look. Then other people will be nicer to you.
You care about me? Is that why you do this for me?
That's partly true, but it's not free.
What?
I told you that cooking your dinner gives me a chance to practice. I want you to give me feedback, and I would be happy if one day you become a regular at our restaurant. I'm thinking of it as an investment to acquire a new potential customer. Of course, it was just a joke, but she smiled for me.
In that case, I'll give you a strict evaluation. I'll help you earn your parents' approval.
You don't have to hold it back. Harsh evaluations can give me a chance to get better. But Kitayama-san never criticized my food, and seemed like she enjoyed it very much. Compared to what my parents serve at the restaurant, one probably could notice the difference. But I wasn't a terrible cook either. I cooked dinner for her every day, and she started taking showers every day too. She cared more about the way she looked and dressed. Other classmates didn't make fun of her that much anymore. A week later,
Oh, a ginger pork meal today.
Kitayama-san welcomed me at the door. She had just showered and looked very pretty. She still had to work her morning part-time job, so she hasn't showed her best self at school yet. It was something that only I knew about.
Thank you, Oga-kun. Thanks to your meals, people haven't harassed me at school as much.
You're pretty. So you had no reason to be made fun of like that in the first place.
Thank you for always giving me compliments.
I'm just telling you the truth, you know? But if everyone realized how pretty she was, she would be popular, and we might not be close anymore. I didn't know if I should be happy about that or not.
Is something troubling you, Oga-kun?
What?
You looked so serious.
No, it's nothing. I wanted to get back at our classmates first. But I was starting to hope that I could just keep her to myself. It would be better for her to get along with her classmates, though.
Oga-kun.
Kitayama-san gently hugged me. Kitayama-san? When she hugged me suddenly, I felt my heart skip a beat, but the words that came out of her mouth weren't what I had expected.
If you want to put an end to our relationship, you can tell me any time. I've relied on you too much. I would rather go back to being just one of your classmates if I'm being too much of a burden to you.
What are you saying?
Weren't you looking for a way to end this relationship?
No way. Why are you always so hard on yourself? You have to have more confidence in yourself.
Then why do you seem so troubled?
Kitayama-san had become pessimistic after the years of bullying by her classmates that she endured. I made up my mind to tell her honestly how I felt about her. I like you, Kitayama-san. I like you so much that I don't want to share you with others. At this rate, you'll become so pretty and you'll get more attention from other boys. I don't want that, so I was secretly hoping that you wouldn't get prettier anymore. I know I'm pathetic.
You cared about me that much, Oga-kun?
It's true that I'm attracted to your beauty, but honestly, I've noticed you from before that. I noticed you ever since that day that you sewed my button back on. I was amazed at how kind you were despite all of those kids harassing you.
I'm so flattered. I like you too, Oga-kun. I told you that I want you to be my friend, but to be honest, I wanted you to be my boyfriend. You were the only one who treated me normally. I've been in love with you for a long time.
Then does it mean that we started to like each other around the same time?
I guess so.
After I found out that our feelings were mutual, I couldn't help but smile with relief. I feel stupid for being troubled.
Me too. I was scared that you might not like me anymore. I was trying as much as I can to take care of my looks so that you wouldn't hate me.
You did that for me?
To me, what you think of me was more important than what the other kids think of me.
It was only me who wanted to get back at others. I assumed she was trying hard to get back at them as well. But she was doing all of this for me. Hearing that, I liked her even more. Kitayama-san, will you go out with me?
I would love to.
Kitayama-san kissed me on my lips. We misunderstood each other a little, but the reality was, we wanted the same thing. A few months later, she quit her part-time job delivering newspapers and started working part-time at our restaurant. She took a shower before work, so she looked pretty every day. And she attracted customers and our sales went up. Later, we got married and took after the business. But I'll save that story for another time.